What is up, guys? This is KGZilla621 and I am doing my non-spoiler review on the brand new Jurassic World. So this movie was great, it was a great experience, but I just gotta say it off the bat, guys. To be honest, I don't know why people really like it. I know I have a totally different opinion, but I really hated this film. Like I totally agree the characters suck. The dinosaurs, like the CGI looks horrible. Like they do the same thing with the third one. They do too many close-up shots with the CGI dinosaurs and not animatronics. But I don't. I'll say what I actually kind of like. I mean, Pratt was alright. He's not that good. I mean, I don't even know I'm doing this review, but I'll just say I really didn't like this film. I'm sorry, but if you guys like it, fine. But I really hated it.
Got him! Got him!
I'm just kidding, guys. It was a great movie. Just the whole movie is just great. I mean, I'll get into the stuff in the spoiler review. That'll be like 30 minutes, but starting off, it was a great experience. I got to the movie theater. I didn't get a lot of food. All I got was like a Coke, that's it. But it was a great experience. The only thing is that I do not really recommend for the 3D. I mean, if you guys are alright with the 3D, I say it's not necessary, because it actually gave me a headache after. So, and I'm one of those people like, I'm sure it's not going to give any headache, and it actually did. So you don't have to watch, you don't have to pay any more just for the 3D. It looks great and everything, but it gives you a headache after. So yeah, the movie was awesome. It was pretty much all expected. The experience is great, and we got like kind of like the third row of seats, and it was really close, and like we kind of got a bad seat, but the screen was so big I had to like go around to see all the stuff in a shot. So yeah, this movie was great, and I could talk about the characters at first. Chris Pratt, he's awesome. He's it's my favorite character in the film. There's a lot of characters. A lot of people say the characters are unlikable. They actually are likable. I actually like them. Just a couple of them are kind of plain and stale, but I like a lot of them. This movie has a lot of comedy, I must say. It's mostly probably kind of in the beginning, and then Chris Pratt, I'm actually surprised. Like in kind of the first act of the film, he's more there's a lot of jokes and stuff, but by the end, he's very serious, and he's trying to do his job serious. And I would expect that, because if you're lost in an island and you're being chased around by an Indominus Rex, and sure, you're gonna be like that. But a lot of the jokes are fun. I actually laughed a lot in this film. A lot of the stuff made me laugh with the characters and stuff. Not much stuff kind of like Godzilla, where it was just meant to be, not an actual joke by a character. But I like the jokes in this one. Pratt was awesome. He's a great actor. I can't wait to see him in any more movies. I didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out, but people always say it's a great movie, and I might kind of have to agree with that. Yeah, he did great. Next character I can talk about is Larry. He's kind of the Jurassic Park fanatic in this movie. He's like the fanatic with all those figures and stuff. Like his workstation in the control room has all the dinosaur figures. He's a pretty cool guy. I mean, a lot of people I know Mello likes the character. I'm kind of like he's a great character. He's like one of my favorite characters, but he's all right. All the characters in the movie were fine. My favorite ones, I have to say, are Chris Pratt, Hoskins, and Maserami. A lot of people hate Maserami. I actually don't. He's a pretty cool guy. He's pretty funny. Yeah, the characters are actually pretty good. I don't see why people really hate the characters, but they're pretty good. And in this movie, there's the Indominus Rex, which is a mix, which I will not say until the spoiler review comes out. But from what we've known, from the past trailers, he's a mix, starting with a T-Rex. I could say that. And a T-Rex does come out in this. He actually comes out a lot more than Godzilla 2014, and that's pretty disappointing for Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla, he only barely even came out. I still like the movie. Maybe better than Godzilla 2014, I don't know. But the T-Rex probably comes out more than Godzilla. Probably like 10 minutes tops, and he like in the whole movie, I didn't even think he was gonna come out of how late he came out, the T-Rex. So yeah, and it's the same one from the first Jurassic Park. Looks great. The thing I have to agree that people have been complaining about this film is it tries to remind you way too much of the first movie, and I do very much agree with that. A lot of the stuff, like, yeah, a lot of the scenes try to make you reminded and try to remind you of the first. And talking about reminding, the score for this movie wasn't very memorable. Like, all you heard, like, the only main score was the main Jurassic Park team, and they do play it. If you guys didn't know, or most of you probably already watched it, but if you haven't, they do have the original theme, and they actually played a lot, actually, mostly throughout the beginning and the end. I think they play it like twice. Pretty cool, actually. But there's no like Michael Giacchio. I think that's his pronounced last name, but he's a great music composer. Like, a lot of the music in this movie is very intense, but there's no memorable theme. Of course, it's gonna be the main theme of Jurassic Park, but I thought there was gonna be kind of a newer one. But yeah, music is not much important in this film. I mean, you barely even hear it, but all the action going on, and that's what I gotta agree with. This movie wasn't the best of this year from what I've seen so far, but trying to be like a movie critic, it was great. It wasn't the best movie ever. I don't even know. Yeah, it probably is better than Avengers in my opinion. The thing I don't like also about this movie is that it's very predictable. All the deaths in this movie are almost predictable, except some of them. Like, probably 2 or 3 are not predictable. Like, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Or if they survive. There's a lot of deaths in this movie, like a lot, ranging from the dinosaurs to the humans. A lot of people die in this movie by the Indominus because it kills for sport. It doesn't eat them. Just a couple of people he eats them for food, but the rest she hunts for sport. I think I already mentioned her as a he in this review already, so correct me on that. I just corrected that right now, but yeah, the score wasn't that memorable. A lot of the things were predictable. A lot of the deaths, and it does try to remind you way too much. So the CGI, talking about the CGI, it's actually really good. Some of the shots look kind of, some of the shots, like maybe like 2 or 5, kind of look bad CGI, but you don't really notice it because it happens quickly. But I notice it. It could be better. It could be better, definitely. I don't know if it improved from the first film. I know the scene with the the T-Rex in the first movie with the rain. I think the CGI in that scene looked better than some of the shots in this film. I gotta agree with that. Because almost this whole movie is CGI, and that's it's not really a problem for me. I'm alright with it. I don't really care about the animatronics, but it would look cool if a lot of them had animatronics. But if this is this time of movie, all these movies look great in CGI, so there's no worrying like Jurassic Park 3, and it's definitely better than Jurassic Park 3. I don't know about The Lost World. People have been saying it's better than The Lost World, way, way, way better, but in a soft spot for The Lost World. But this movie definitely goes way above the third one. It didn't have the problem like the third one with the dinosaurs. Like, so many dinosaurs in the third film, when they do close-up shots with, they could have done animatronics. It looks horrendous with the CGI. And I'm not one of those people that actually hates it to the guts. I actually kind of like the film. A lot of people really hate it. I give it like a 5 out of 10. I'm alright with the film. I don't hate it, but I definitely put it way under Jurassic World. So, all in all, I think I give this movie a 8.5 out of 10. I know that's a kind of low for what you expect from a dinosaur fan and not a film critic, but that's what I actually think. It's not the best film ever, and a lot of people have been giving it 9 out of 10, C's, 7 out of 10s. Most of the people I know have been giving it 9 out of 10s. I think I gotta watch it a second time just to know what's gonna happen, because people say watching a movie the second time is better, so I might do that. So far I give it an 8.5. Yeah, that's what I give it so far, a B+, if you want to put it in letter rating. So yeah, there's a lot of funny moments, great CGI. Talking about the Raptor squad, I forgot to talk about that. I could talk about more in the spoiler review because I don't want to reveal too much. yes, they do come out. They're great. I love how they train in this movie. They train them pretty well. Like it's not very fake and unrealistic. I mean, it is kind of unrealistic trying to train a velociraptor, but it's kind of like comparing it to a lion. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. The Raptors are great in this movie. Um, all the dinosaurs are likable in this movie, and the thing I like, the funny thing is the Raptors and Chris Pratt actually have probably the most emotional connection in this movie, and that's saying a lot. Because there's a lot of emotional scenes in this movie, but they try a bit too hard to try to be emotional that it becomes, we've seen this before. Like a lot of stuff in this movie, we've way so many seen this before. Um, but still, it's a very fun, enjoyable, action-packed movie. Definitely recommend it. Yeah, I love this movie so much. So far my favorite this year, maybe more than Avengers too. So yeah, I'll do my spoiler-free review tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is KaijuZilla621 signing out.